Hello everyone, my name is Corazar, and welcome back to the Vintage Story Guide. We are back in our favorite rain and fog simulator, and it is very wet. It has been wet since the end of the last episode, and I've spent some time cleaning up. I need to fill that in because I finally took out that ladder leading down there, and I actually stoned the floor down there, that little ledge, and removed our lanterns because I'm not planning on building there, so I didn't really see a need to keep that around. There we go, nice and safe. Anyway, today's episode is going to be all about this area down here. I have some pretty big plans for this area, and I think it's time for us to get started on at least some of them, because I don't think we're going to get to everything I want to do, because that's going to involve digging out all of this stone and planting a whole bunch of other additional farms along here and doing a whole bunch more terraforming. So we're not going to get to everything today, but I would like to at least get this area mostly done with the farms and some decorations and so on. Now you'll notice that if I stand here, there is no longer a wolf that growls at me. And that's because I went on a bit of a wolf killing spree, and let me tell you, I have to apologize. I'm sorry, but yeah, I kind of cheated. I had to. The wolves were way up high on really weird places that were impossible to get to, so I went into admin flyy mode with the big pink sword, and I struck them dead. I missed one. He's out there somewhere, howling. Anyway, that all aside, it is nice to have some peace and quiet. It was just getting really old with all the constant crazy howling and the growling every time I walked by here. So we'll have peace and quiet for hopefully about a year. Anyway, I think it's time for us to get started up here. So I think I'm going to go and get a project bin, and I'll bring that down here and lay out here. And then I will bring out all the things I think we'll need for the build today, as well as some additional tools. Let's get to it. Okay, we are bringing one last small delivery to the project chest. And I do know we're going to need some more colors, I think. But I also might leave this mostly natural stone, just because I don't want it to detract from what we have going on up here. So I might just do natural stone and then maybe some basalt, and then splash of red for the acacia fence to, you know, keep ourselves from Geronimoing. And yep, there is where I stoned everything on that ledge. Maybe we'll do something interesting there. It's kind of a weird spot, but it could be neat to have, like, I don't know, a garden or just something random there. But this ledge is today's project, so that we'll deal with later. Now, the first thing I need to do, and I hate to do it because these are great trees, but these two trees both need to go. They are just in the way too much, and I'm going to have to just take them down. So I'll start with this one because I can reach the bottom right here. And do I want to get a seed? I do kind of want to get a seed, but I don't want to spend my life hopping around these and then trying to get the seed below. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, well, tell you what, I will take these trees down and try to shave off as many seeds as I can, so like 2, and then I'll bring you all back when that is done and we are ready to start our build. Okay, trees are down, view is cleared, and kind of looks a little bit sad, honestly. I do think we are going to need to replant some kind of tree, although it may not be redwood, at least not right here. So, we'll see. But we got a whole ton of logs, and we did in fact get 2 seeds, which is a nice coincidence, so at least we're able to replant those trees. And I'm going to put the seeds down in our storage downstairs, and then maybe might make it day, or, you know, it's calm. Let's roll the dice. Let's hope it's calm all night and get to work outside in the rain. Fun. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is I want to take up all of this dirt and replace it with stone, as if all the dirt that was here had eroded away, which I guess we're kind of doing with our shovel. It's seraph erosion. I'm going to start with the top layer just so that I can know where the dirt ended originally, and then I'll drop down to the ledge below and take care of the rest of the dirt and put the stone back in. I'm kind of thinking, and I don't know yet, but I want to see if we can do this without popping it out. I had sort of given some thought to maybe having little scalloped ledges that maybe stuck out. What to do about you? I don't know. But I was thinking maybe having little, like, ledges here and here and here, and then having our crops growing there. But I kind of figured that might sort of go against what we had said we were doing, which was having a sort of more natural cavern here that we just happen to be able to dig a bit out, or maybe pile some dirt up and grow some crops in here on the edge. So there we have that, and let me drop down to somewhere safe, and we'll clear out the rest of this dirt here, just along here for now. And there we go. I'll scuttle our way back upstairs again, and oops, break our knees in doing it. Hey, more wood. Neat. The next thing I want to do, and I might kind of frame it in dirt a little bit just to give myself a good idea of what we're working with, is this is very square right now, and we're going to actually probably fill some of this back in with granite rock. Now, this wall might stay, and I might even, like, I don't know, dig it out a little or bring it in by like one block just over, like, from here down. But this is going to be the rock that we've hewn, as, or our ancestors hewed. Hewed? Back when they were here in the Stone Age, and we are just going to sort of make a bunch of little openings here. 3, 4, 5, I think there'll be 5 blocks wide, and that will give us room to have a, little 3x3 plot of farmland here. And I might even do a 3x3 here and a 3x3 here, just to make it a bit more efficient. And I might pop this rock out just a little bit. Not enough to make it look like we built it up or it was artificial, but to maybe where, like, the rock underneath has eroded. So we'll see. I'm going to get this in, and we're going to have these sort of be 3 block wide column-y things. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 blocks. Hey, that actually fit pretty darn perfectly. And I started here because I do kind of want to bring this out. And you know what? I might bring it out 2 blocks and move all of these down a block. No, stop it. There we go. And that way, like, we don't have this sudden sheer wall. We're going to have a little bit of cave right here, and we'll be able to see out here. So, yeah, I think this is how we'll do that. Now, this one kind of already sticks out, which is actually good. So what I might just do is, like, here, like in the middle, do a couple blocks up, and then here I'll do 2 blocks, and here I'll just do the 1. And maybe I'll do another 2 here, and maybe another 2 here, and like that. And that way we can sort of just dig into this ledge a bit and have a bit of a safety rail here, but then have our crops be just in the sunshine enough. Of course, we're also going to be using artificial light for our crops, and so they'll grow that way too. It's a bit silly, sure, but whatever. So we'll come out here and we'll also do a little bit of this. Take you out just to get that little illusion of reality going here. There we go. Now, this column here obviously isn't going to be sticking out here. It's going to be back in and under the cave. So let's bring this back. There we go. And we'll bring this one back as well. You under? No, you'll have to move back. So you, and you are where you will belong. I think only you are where you're going to be. Yes, okay. And you know, we'll also pop this out just a little bit like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to bring this down one block in like that. So one block in and one block in. And then down at this end also one block in. Surprise, surprise. There we go. And then I'm just going to sort of build these up a little bit around everything so they're just a little bit more natural. So I'll swing in here, take out the dirt, and we'll just sort of have, if I can grab the rock sort of spilling out in all directions. So we're out of rock. So we get more. Just sort of make it look like it belongs here. There we go, a very rough-hewn stone column. We'll bring this one down and out as well. There's two. There's three. And there's four. So now we have a vaguely sort of Stone Age set of caves over here. And I think it's a good start. Let's put away our rocks. And let's go ahead and just put our little safety rail here. I'm not super concerned about keeping ourselves from getting up here because if we do, it'll be intentional anyway. I just want to make sure that, like, while we're farming, we're not, like, backing off the cliff or whatever. Oh, this actually runs across the whole way. Empty. And there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and move some of these lanterns around. You there. I do want to get a third one for down at that end, but for now this is alright. Now here it's going to be a bit of a problem, so I might just move you over to here. Should keep all that lit. Actually, now that I think about it, we can do probably something like this. And that should help that problem as well. Okay, so that brings us to the farm plots themselves, and for that we're going to need the terra preta, and I did find almost a full stack of terra preta scattered across a couple places. There was one right about down here that had a whole bunch, and then I think one somewhere else in here along this line that we've explored a bunch of times that had like 4 or 5 pieces. So we're doing pretty well for terra preta, I'd say. And we're just going to go ahead and dig out some more of this stone. I wonder, maybe we should, instead of doing a single plot of 3, I'm questioning my wisdom in doing this way. What if we just sort of did as many as we could fit here? You know, because we're desperate cavemen. Why would we waste potential planting land? Good question. Why would we do that? We're just dumb cavemen. At least I am. So let's figure, if this is our water, then our second water would need to be, like, here? And then that would leave room for one more here, and one more here. No, I'm not a super huge fan of that. But this one, for example, this one could easily have 2. Could do one right here, and then one right here, and that would give us 8 and 7. And then we could have one. No, I guess we can do it this way. This is fine. We will just have sort of somewhat uneven planting areas here. And that's fine. And then here, we'll have one right here. We'll have one here. And here. And then last one right here. So yeah, there we go. I kind of like that. We can do it. We'll put some dirt here just to mark those, so we know that they are to be filled with water. And then we need to go ahead and just dig out all of the blocks around them that are not underneath fences or other blocks. So we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. Those will be our planting spots. Although, you know what? I could almost move this one down this way a block, just to get it away from this. You know what? I think I will. We will just put you back in. We will take you out. And we'll move all of our water source markers down by 1 block. And there. Cool. Next, it is time for our Terra Preta to go in, so we're going to go ahead and just fill this in. Okay, so that's all done. And I had to restart my game because I realized that the frame rate was getting really janky, and I had a weird hitch earlier in the game where my sound glitched out, and I think that may have caused the frame rate issues, but it seems smooth now. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get our bucket. Got it. And we're going to get the hose that I made like the second day we were here. We're going to go and hoe us a whole bunch of farmland. I hope you're as excited as I am. Who doesn't love back-breaking, sweaty work out in the dirt and the sun? Well, shade and rain for us. I love it. Okay, and with that done, it's time to move on to the next step, which I think is, I want to start a bit of a path that goes down here. And I wanted to kind of follow along the back edge of these farms. Now, I realize that this farm kind of moves in by 2 to get to the next farm, and this one only goes in by 1. So they're not going to match up perfectly, but that's honestly fine. It's not supposed to be super duper perfect and geometric like everything up at Lupine Ridge was. So I brought along these guys to get us started. I doubt we'll need 3 stacks, but let's go ahead and I'm just going to sort of start breaking out some of this, and we'll see where it takes us. There we go. Now we have a nice, fast path back and forth down here. Alright. Okay, I think next is time for a bit of decoration. I do kind of want to have little separators just like that. Here, and maybe here, and then maybe here once this is all done. Just to sort of keep a bit of separation between each farm area. I don't know why, it just looks nice. And then, oh, you know what I don't have? I haven't made any pots or planters, and I should really get on that because I would like to put like pots and planters and things like here, and find some way to just sort of put a whole bunch of extra flowers and things in here. Now, something that I have had in mind regarding that, I'm probably not going to have the room to do here until we dig a bit more of this out. I'm not sure I am ready to tackle that in this episode. What I'm thinking is that maybe over here we have sort of just a wild garden, and maybe either up here or maybe down below on the ledge down there, when we get to digging this farm a little deeper, maybe we could even have our bees up here on this ledge. That could be cool. Maybe on the lower ledge we'll do sort of maybe only sort of 1 tile thick farms, like 1 3x3 tile thick farms, and have the bees on the opposite side of the path. That could be really cool. And then we could have sort of something else here. I've been thinking about something else interesting that could go here, although I don't know if it is going to have enough room. Maybe not until we get sort of out to where this bulges a bit. And if that's the case, I might actually start bringing back some of this stone in here. But you know what, let's go ahead and at least take out some of this. Alright, so we'll get that out, and then we'll kind of try to rough this up a little bit. Not too much, I don't want to have this be too crazy, but just enough to make it look like it wasn't a purposefully straight cut, even though that's exactly what it was. Okay, we'll just leave that sitting down like that. Sure, why not? Big ol' stalactite, I guess. Take you... No, you know what? We'll just fill you in, actually. Fill you in. A bit like that. That's still too low. I think that's a good start to making this seem a little more natural. Just a little bit. Okay, well, I'm going to make it day, and we're going to go check on a few things down in the valley. I do want to check on our crops down there, and as many as we can, maybe move them up here. And that's something to consider, is that up here we're not going to have the benefit of the rain to keep everything extra moistened. So while the growth rate on this farmland would be 120% if we had 100% moisture, we're only sitting at 107, so it might behoove us to maybe make a watering can and just occasionally come up here and water our crops. Although, to be honest, I'm not super concerned about crop growth speed, but it would be nice to have them all the same. So these few here are going to get some rain, and these across here, a couple will be getting some rain. So it would be nice not to have ones that are, you know, ready too early. We'll see. Anyway, I'll meet all of you back up here, maybe down in the valley, in the morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. We are out and about. The first time out of our house this episode, I think. And it's been a little while. I'm not sure if it's been a week or anything yet, but I haven't noticed these shoots sprouting yet. So I do wonder if you have to pick them up and put them down, like Arnold, in order to get them to grow. But I might leave them here. You know what? I might just pick you up. Put you over there. And we'll see if you grow before these do. Now I think I spy some ripe rice. Ripe? Is ripe the right word? I don't even know. Yes, we have some mature rice. Good. And we have some pineapples. There's some actual fruit starting to grow on them. That's great. Let's go ahead and we're going to harvest the rice, and then we're just going to not plant anything down here as we harvest things, and we'll just move our operations up there. And look at that. Boy, even from here. We'll take a look in a minute after I harvest this rice, but I am liking it already. Wow. 3 stacks and change of rice and 19 seeds. I think the game has gotten very generous with the seeds, actually. Oh, hello. Sow. Boar. Here we go. Yeah, we've got our protein income here shortly. But let's get up here and take a look at our farms across here. I want to see what they look like from down here. Yes, there we go. So you can just sort of see how, yeah, the rock looks like it sort of jutted out and then maybe it eroded. And you know what? I could almost bump that one out by 1 and that one out by 1, and that would also give us a little bit more planting room too. Maybe, for some of them. So, yeah, I think I'll do that. That should look pretty good, actually. And then I do have some ideas of what I want to put up here. Make it look a little more interesting. Give it some character. Yes, I know what I want to do with that. Let's go do it. Okay, so that all done. Let's get a bit of a snack. So what I want to do here is I want to make this look a little greener. And I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take out this block right here. If I can find my axe. There we go. Take you out, and then we will break you. And then put in a piece of dirt. I'm going to plant this kapok seed right here. Now, this might not grow into a big tree, but kapoks can. So, if this doesn't grow, you know, like our great luck with redwoods down at Lupine Ridge, then we will just knock it down and replace it. But luckily, these don't take 10 years to grow, so less of an issue. Second thing is, I kind of want to take maybe these guys out, and we'll put dirt in their place. And I want to plant the bamboo on here, but the question is, as long as the bamboo doesn't spread to our farmland, it should be fine. Should be fine. We just won't have one there. And over here we'll have one as well. There we go. We'll just plant you. We'll just do that. And then maybe we'll even have one like tucked in here, like a little bamboo stand right here. Just like that. There we go. And then I also brought these vines down with me, so I figured we could go ahead and hang some of these strategically around the area. Just to give a little bit of motion, a little bit of greenery. Just sort of scatter these about so that it looks somewhat natural and at least a bit random, so it doesn't, you know, so it can break up that sort of stone geometry we have going on. No grass, please. Thank you. And like that, we now have a much vinier farm from the inside and the outside. And the rain even seems to be clearing up. Not quite yet, but it is more of a drizzle than an actual downpour. I did bring up these bushes with us, but I don't think I'm quite ready to plant them yet. I kind of want to see in maybe the next 2 or 3 episodes where we go with the rest of this. And maybe plant some bushes along the inside here, or maybe even scatter some, like plant a dirt block here or under here and put the bushes there. I think that'll wait till a little bit later. Ooh, we're getting some evening sunset shader going on. Very nice. So I'm going to put them in here for now, and we'll leave them there. But I think I want to get started actually planting some stuff now. Now, we haven't grown flax in a very long while, so that is going to be the first order of business, because although we did bring a stack of linen with us, we don't have any more flax sources. So that is going to be K, and we are currently growing soybeans down on the ground, as well as onions. So I think we should go ahead... Oh, we just got rice too, didn't we? So, let's do some cassava, some more soybeans for protein. And you know what? We'll get started on some more pineapples too while we're at it. So, let's try to divvy these up. What are you? KK. Oh, great. Shouldn't say that out loud, should I? Tell you what, let's skip the cassava for now. And we'll do... Well, we got nothing here, do we? I'm not doing peanuts again. Made that mistake already. We'll do some amaranth instead. How's that? So let's go ahead and we'll get this pineapple sorted right here. Get some amaranth in behind it. And we'll do, I guess, just a whole bunch of soybeans over here. Then we'll do our flax. And unlike up at Blue Pine Ridge, this is not going to be a super neat and orderly field. They are very uneven numbers. I think the center field is the largest so far, and that is fine. That is a-okay. There we go. We have our brand new farms all planted and partly decorated. I did spend part of last night making some raw clay pots and some raw clay planters. I also made a watering can, so we can go ahead and start watering these if we want to. And also just to have one here, because I think it would make sense too. I'm going to probably fire those. I might even fire them like over here, because I don't really have anywhere else to fire them at the moment. So I might just fire them here, where I can keep an eye on them and might move these guys temporarily. And that way we can get started with decorating with some potted plants and things. But I am very happy with how this is coming out so far. Anyway, everyone, that is about all we have time for in this episode of the Vintage Story Guide. I hope you enjoyed our bit of cleanup around the base and the start of our farms. And I really hope you enjoy our Stone Age cave farms. In the next few episodes, I think I mentioned before that I want to go on an archaeological dig to find some artifacts. And then I think it's back to the house. We have the back door is kind of left unfinished, and these farms still have a ways to go. So I might want to focus on those for a little bit. But I do have some other projects in mind, and we'll see what comes up in the cards. If you have any AMA questions that I'm going to answer in a video like this one, drop them in a comment with the hashtag 20questions, or in the 20 Questions Discord channel. Social and support links, including the Discord invite, are in the video description. As always, my name has been Corazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.